Alex, FA Cup week, but it started with the FA Youth Cup, of course.
Yeah, fantastic win for the academy. I think the game's always difficult when obviously it's their first time on the pitch for some. The nervous energy that we saw probably last year from them in terms of the cramp and things they have to deal with. I think that we've been there as pros, and they're just brilliant days for younger players to experience. And I think for them they'll be absolutely delighted to get through, score lots of goals, and showcase the types that we've got there. And I think that what you would have seen is a team that full of power, pace, full of people that can handle the ball, and that's why we want to watch them. It's what we want to see. We want to see players that can get close to this first team, and every opportunity they get to showcase that is great for them, and it's great for us to see them. So I'm really delighted for them. They work extremely hard in the academy to have nights like that, and it was great to see so many people come out and watch them.
Obviously, a few of those we've seen in and around the squad. Any more of them kind of opening your eyes as to maybe moving them closer to the squad?
Yeah, they're all. I think that because of the way that we train now and how often we see them, it's a really good place to be, because we do get to watch them now most days. So which is really great. And like I say, that when they get the opportunity to play in front of myself and the first team management and players, that they're more than likely in recent weeks they're coming up and showing what they can do, which is great. And that happens because you get used to training, and it's still a not a privilege, but it's still, this is the holy grail up here. This is where we want them to come and feel that they want to get to. So it's important they never get used to that in terms of until they're a pro. But for us as a staff to have them up here and training with us is really good. And there's a few there that just continue to grow. I think that the gap is quite big still between 16, 17-year-olds and Cole Piagianis and Dan Sweeney's and people like that. But with the way that we now have this relationship, we're trying to bridge that gap much better. And the more we can get them involved with us in training, the more we can see them. Then hopefully that we start to see more coming through.
On to Saturday, Paul Cook brings his Chesterfield side, doing well in League Two at the moment.
Really tough team. I think that Cookie's teams are always tough to play against. He's an experienced manager. They've got really top threats throughout. People like Dylan Marcandu, who was last year impressing for Orient. Greg, I know we play together, so we know the strengths that they've got. And they're always going to be a team that are, trying to get into that playoffs and trying to get up to get into this League One. So we know they're a tough team. We've watched them a lot since Saturday and before that. So we know that we have to be at our best. The FA Cup is a really special cup for this country and for us. And we want to try and get as far as we can. And ideally for us, obviously, we have to start on Saturday with a top performance in terms of energy, intensity, all the basics we have to do really well, and then try and get our quality come out that we've shown so far this season. But these games are never easy. They're not, but you have to make sure that you're at your best. And if you do that, you give yourself every opportunity to win the game.
You say it's going to be a tough tie. They're a club who have obviously been through some dark times recently, but have come through it and are gradually building, and a big club as well. They're getting there, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I think that the weekend when we played Aston Villa, myself and Rains went to watch them when they had an FA Cup game and against West Brom and beat them, and you could see what the FA Cup does. They were brilliant that day. There was a full house there, and they performed so well. And without doubt, Cookie's really experienced. He's had many games in this cup, and he'll be saying to the same to his players, it's an opportunity to go there and win and get into the next round for sure. So we have to make sure that that doesn't happen, but it doesn't happen if you turn up and you you play to your absolute best, and we have to do that. There's no other, there is no other way. It doesn't matter who you play. We have to deliver our levels and our standards, and like I said, the basics have to be done really well. And if we do that, then hopefully we're in the draw, for the next round. But we have to make sure that we're ready, and we will be.
Do you treat it as like a league game, in terms of team selection, or is there likely to be changes?
Absolutely, you do. This is an important cup. To be honest, we've treated the Virtue Trophy games exactly the same. We prepare exactly the same. This squad of players that we feel if one comes out, then we replace. Someone comes in and, one has to show that they should be playing week in, week out. Two, they have to keep performing to their levels, because they have to, as a team, we want to win. And obviously for us, we're the League One team. We have to make sure that we show that. Now, you show that, yes, with quality, but also with doing things right. That's what we do first and foremost. You again, and reiterate, you get all the basics right. And so far this season, we've done that. We've done that. Yeah, there's been occasions when we haven't, as well as what we know we can. But for a large proportion of this season, we've done that right, and we're going to need to do exactly the same on Saturday.
I guess there is that need as well to get back to winning ways.
Yeah, obviously, we've had, in the last week, we lost to Lincoln, which happens, but we then go and, beat Crystal Palace in the Virtue and put in a really top performance. And, Saturday, that we feel that actually we were more deserving. Once you watch it back and you actually realise how much play we had and the opportunities that we created, you look back and you go, we feel we should have got something better from the game. So, but football doesn't work like that, does it? You have to earn it. You have to, sometimes it's luck, sometimes doesn't quite drop for you. I felt like that on Saturday. It didn't just quite drop for us, but we just got to continue our levels. Nothing changes. Like, the reason why we are where we are is because the lads have trained and played to a level so consistently, and the players that haven't been playing as often have driven that. They've driven that. So when they do come into the team, they're ready. And that's why we've been performing as a team, and that's no different to this week. The lads know that this is an important game. This is a really important game for us, because last year we wanted to go further. We didn't do it as well. We didn't do it well enough. They're difficult games, but you have to take care of them. You have to do all the things right. And like I say, if we do that, then we'll get back to winning ways. If we don't, it'll be a difficult afternoon. So the players need to understand that, and which they do.
We've seen, obviously, players slowly coming back from injury now. Still a few out. Any news on them?
Well, Luther's closer now, which is good. But Jasper's come in and was fantastic on Saturday. Louis Thompson is due to return to training hopefully tomorrow. We're a long way off in terms of games with Louis, but great to have him driving the squad like he does, and there's another experienced person to be in and around it that's felt promotions, felt winning, and so it's great to have him back. Nick Freeman again has been involved with us, which again is a plus. Again, probably a long way off in terms of games and seeing where he gets to, but these people are important people in the squad, because they drive standards. They've been watching. They've seen it from afar. We speak on a regular basis what they see from the outside. So it's really important for us to get them guys back, and they've worked extremely hard to get to this point. So, really pleasing to see them in and around it again.
And there's been a lot of players knocking on the door, I'm sure. Have you got it in your own mind? You're not going to tell us, but what the side's going to be?
Yes, there has been people knocking because they want to play. Like it's reality of football. And that also happens because the standards of all the players have been excellent. Sometimes there's players not playing, not because they're out of form, just because we feel someone else has been performing slightly better, specific to the game that we're playing against. And also in situations in games where we feel that actually that player might not have the reaction to the group or the team as what others might do. So there's lots of different things. The only thing you can do is be honest with people when you have these conversations, and the players so far have been good. They might not like it, they might not like you at that moment, but as long as you're honest, I think that they can always leave knowing that it's not just lip service, it's someone telling them why, and all they have to do is go away and work, and we've seen that. There's been people performing at a really high level that haven't been in the team.
And obviously at home, the fans, they're used to seeing a winning side, and you just hope they're going to be back on Saturday in their numbers, just to give you that back in and get you over the line again.
Yeah, you're used to winning because that's what's happened so far this year. We've especially at home. I think that when you feel that a draw against Bradford at home is a disappointment, maybe shows how far we've come, but also it was two teams going for a win. It was a really good game of football. Two teams trying to win a game, and I think that what we've really got to be careful of, not careful, because I understand expectation, I understand how well we've started, but we have to make sure that we're also just keep where we are, keep focused on what we're doing, treating every game, as it comes. Like, this is no different to what we play against Bradford. Our preparation, everything about it. We want to turn up. We want to get as many points on the board as we can in the league, and we want to win our cup games. That's what we want to do. We've done that in the Virtue Trophy. In the league, we've performed some brilliant games this year. Now it's time for the FA Cup. So let's embrace that, and let's, give everything to win the game. That's everybody. That's players, that's staff, that's all the fans, because it's been going really well. We're fourth in League One because of fixtures. We've got games in hand. We've just got to keep building, and it's a really exciting time. And we've just got to make sure that we just keep believing it together, that we can all push in the right direction. And when we do that, it's a great place to be. So we're all looking forward to Saturday. Special days, FA Cup. Focus on getting through, and then we can concentrate on the league after that. And let's just see where it takes us.